And I'm Dylan Black. You know what? The GrowSmart Talks, a very special speaker series with more details. We say hello right now to Camielle Edwards Lang joining us on Daytime. Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell us a brief history of this talk series?
So the talks only started in February of last year, and it came out of actually my own anxiety about speaking to my daughter about being safe as she was seeking more independence to walk to school by herself and do more things on her own. And I started to question how prepared she was for that, how street smart she was. And I thought there would be other parents in my situation, and wouldn't it be great to have experts speak to us about how to talk to our kids about being safe, protecting themselves, and
Great.
And we started the speaker series.
So can you highlight then some of the talks that you've had already?
Right, so it's not just about street smarts, it's about being cyber savvy, cyber safe. We've had talks on sexual assault, harassment, sexual coercion and consent, talks on cyber safety and social media, how to use social media safely. We had talks on mental illness and resilience, and we've had more, I guess, more positive topics like career paths and financial literacy. So those are just a few that we've had.
Pretty important topics, though.
I think so. I think it's good for kids to start thinking about these things, about learning about these issues. Yeah.
Now, these talks are geared, as you say, towards youth, so grades 6 to 12.
Right.
Okay, so the talks are free, and I think this is pretty amazing because you've got some pretty decent speakers in there. There's always costs, but you have great volunteers on board.
We do, and well, we have great organizations that have come together to help us put it on. We started at the Glebe Community Center, and they hosted the talks, the series, and we also work for the Ottawa Police Services. We have a great speaker that comes in and speaks on some important issues that affect kids' safety. Yeah, and volunteers like me.
Okay, why is it so important to get to kids, to teach kids to think for themselves?
I think as parents, we love them so much and we do so much for them that we forget that when we do that, they're not learning how to do it for themselves. And when they start to go out into the world on their own, they're going to need some essential tools to protect themselves, to analyze situations, and we need to help them make informed choices. So one thing I should say is that the talks aren't just for parents, they're for the youth and parents to come together in the same room, get factual, current information to make informed choices.
Okay, when you talk about the same room, so what rooms are you looking at, or what rooms do these usually take place in?
So the talks that we've had were at the Glebe Community Center, and so just in a big open space with our speakers and our audience.
Okay, so but you're looking at different venues, like?
Yes. So we are expanding. One of our next speaker series will be at Manor Park Community Center, and any other organizations or community centers that want to hold talks on these issues and other issues can contact me.
Okay, and you're also looking at parents giving feedback now. Feedback as in some of the topics that they'd like addressed. That's important as well.
Oh, yeah. I think, I can't sit at home, watch the news and think, oh, this will be important. I'd love to know what the community thinks. Some of our repeat sessions have been at the request of parents who want their younger children to come in and see and to learn on some of these topics.
Okay, and you were talking about some of the speakers, and I noticed one that stands out. So Jessica Cadman, who was a drug-free world member of the Drug Free World, she's the chair for that organization. So it's pretty impressive that you've got these speakers on board. Right,
and we've also had speakers. What we try to do is get experts that can speak to facts and to trends and to specific situations. So we've had. As I said, we've had Stephanie Lemieux from Ottawa Police Services. She's spoken about the new marijuana laws. We've had Casey Colomb from the Royal Ottawa, who came and spoke on mental illness. So yes, we try to get people who are very professionals that are in our community.
Okay, and about how long are the talks?
The talks, depending on how many speakers we have, we usually book 2 hours, but our speakers usually speak for about 20 minutes, and then we allow time afterwards for questions and answers.
Because it gets interactive.
Exactly.
As it should.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Camielle Edwards Lang. GrowSmartTalks.ca is the website to go to for people to inquire more. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And thank you.